What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Good morning, and welcome back to United View.
That's how you know I'm tired. Hey, I'm finished. That was premature, innit?
Yeah, it was kind of, I was waiting. I'm sitting here. I'm getting things ready for the show and all that kind of stuff. It's getting close to 9. I'm thinking this is getting a little bit close to time. I pick up my phone to call KG, and literally comes on. He went, "Give me a minute."
Bro, I hate Mondays, bro. That you see yesterday when obviously I do the pod, I do the boxing thing, so I got the plant on my shoulder and that.
Yeah,
that day doesn't end until like I think I got home something past 1, and then you want your evening. You want your evening back. You like I haven't done anything, and then you start watching something, start watching the Goldbergs, and you're up to 2:30, 2:33. And you're like, oh, I'm live in a bit.
That's the problem. You're like me in that when I know I have to go to bed early because I've got to get up early, I like throw a bit of a strop. I don't want to go to bed early.
Yeah, I need my evening. I want my evening back. Yeah. I get into this thing and it's stupid because look at my eyes, bro.
It's almost like KG. Yeah, they were like, it's 2:30, and you go, and I've got to be up in the morning.
Oh, my one is this. It's 2:30. I gotta be up in the morning. Staying up.
But anyway, there's plenty to get into this morning. We're going to be talking a bit about Declan Rice, KG. Maybe, just maybe, United might be in the race for Declan Rice. Okay. Also, we're going to be talking a little bit about Frenkie de Jong.
Oh, Jesus. That was what I couldn't believe it. Oh man, bro, I had a moment yesterday. I had a little mini Man United rant yesterday. Obviously when I heard news of Rabiot, because obviously you come out and I find out what's happened since the last show that we had. I hated the news. And to end it, Frenkie de Jong trending again. You gotta be joking.
Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Frenkie de Jong. Andre Onana, we're going to be talking about a bid possibly coming in this week. You're too tired to clip the soundboard, so you fully looked at it.
You got to give me you can't just expect touches. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get really like the sharpness is coming, you know what I mean? I just got my second touch. I'm there, bro. I'm in the space. Let's go.
It was fully, I went, Onana, and you looked at the soundboard and went, So, yes, we're going to talk about Onana, Rabiot, and also a young striker that Manchester United reportedly are interested in. Okay. Well, so there's plenty to get into. And also the kit, I believe, was just dropped too. Not that everyone doesn't know what it looks like. Everyone knows what it looks like. It's been up there for a while. But before we get into Declan Rice, already some super chats. One from Aaron saying, KG, my guy, can we get a Coach Beard style let's go to wake us all up?
I haven't got it in me, man. You not taking the piss, bro. Just...
Wake us all up. He needs to wake himself up.
Wake myself up, fam. What are you talking about? Yeah, no. That's a no.
And Amanor says, if you talk about Frenkie de Jong, I will have a PTSD breakdown. I'll get ready because that's the second segment of the show. That should be a lot of fun. Okay, first story this morning. We're talking about Declan Rice. Now, it was being reported actually last night by maybe some sort of less reliable sources, those sort of West Ham sort of insiders that they say, Man United are expected to turn this Declan Rice deal into a 3-way bidding war as Manchester City and Arsenal have now officially both made bids. Well, this morning it's been reported by The Telegraph that Manchester United indeed are considering a player plus cash deal for Declan Rice, but have been asked for more time and must be regarded as outsiders in this whole process. Meanwhile, Manchester City did put an offer in last night for the West Ham captain, but it's been reported by the likes of David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano this morning that West Ham have turned down Manchester City's offer for Declan Rice. As I mentioned, they made a formal proposal last night. It was worth £80 million plus £10 million in add-ons. But West Ham were unimpressed and quickly rejected it. Arsenal have also seen 2 bids rebuffed, but still remain determined to sign the 24-year-old England international. It's been reported by Romano that Arsenal will bid again. Their 3rd official proposal is expected soon after the last 2 bids have been rejected. As I mentioned, their last one was 75 million plus 15. West Ham reportedly wants a £100 million fee. Given all that information, KG, is there any chance or hope that United could actually legitimately be a contender in this race?
Absolutely no chance, no hope, nothing at all. It's not happening. And I always talk to you about raining on parades. As soon as I saw Man City putting a bid yesterday, I said, "Oh, you know where this is going." You know, Man City not getting their man would be incredible. You'd have to question the player. It'll get into Sanchez level, what do you call it, decision making, because you can go and win a title. There's one chance of getting to win a title, or you can sign for Man United and try almost hope to win one. The only reason I could see him if he signed for us is if he's a Man United fan and he desperately wanted to play for us his whole life, his whole career. But again, is he gonna turn down the chance to win silverware, be managed by Pep Guardiola? Like, let's just not kid ourselves, in it. You know, I know Arsenal are saying that Arsenal's more desirable than Man City, and I think that's like crazy. You know, I hate Man City, but we have to be honest and say that where's one place that you can go where you're going to guarantee titles? Well, over there, in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's as soon as I saw them putting a bid, because I thought there was kind of, you think, you're kind of talking about it. Maybe you just want the Arsenal price to go up so they spend a lot of their budget on just one player. No, they're very serious. They would like him. And it's like, and the worst thing about it is they don't need him. It's just like, that would be nice to have. So then they'll probably get rid of Calvin Phillips and just go again. They'll move again. The team will still be, there's nothing wrong with that team. You know what I mean? Like, they'll still be just as strong. So typical Man City, innit? I'll be surprised if Rice chooses anyone else but City in this moment. You got to question his thoughts for trying to win and what he's doing it for.
And just a bit of an update on Declan Rice's stats. You can see him up on the screen as they come up even now. As I mentioned, he's 24 from West Ham. He's midfielder. The United situation has been reported it could be around 40 to 50 million pounds plus players. Again, they've got to decide which players they'd actually be looking for to make this deal feasibly work for Manchester United. As I mentioned, the price quoted for him is West Ham are looking for 100 million pounds. They believe they've got a 100 million pound player. United certainly in this transfer window cannot spend 100 million pounds as a upfront fee on anyone. It's the only, I think the thing that United, I guess, are hoping or sort of leaning on is that they might look at it as West Ham going, oh yeah, they want 100 million pound, but like we were saying yesterday about some other deals we could do. If you said, and we know that they like Harry Maguire, we know they like Scott McTominay, sometimes our players better than money in those situations. Obviously, we'd be giving them money as well. Let's say it was 50 plus those 2 players. Would they be looking at that going, if we got 100 million quid, who's to say that we invest it in players that are going to work out where, those 2 players, that might work out. Is that the only hope United have?
There's hope like that, but we're not serious, man. When you've heard Arsenal and Man City have shown themselves now. They said, this is what we intend to do. Here's our first type of bid. Man United haven't bid for the player yet, as far as I'm concerned. I haven't heard Fabrizio come out and say, we're thinking of entering a race. Mate, they're almost at the finish line.
We've asked for more time. Can we have some more time, please?
Are you not taking the piss?
Exam ends in 10 minutes.
No, they're actually running. Like Arsenal and Man City, they're fully running, and I think they're like close to the finish line. And we're thinking, maybe we should enter that race. Mate, it's 100 meters. Like, you've got no chance. Like, it's over soon, and that's the problem with Man United. And that's probably where, like, I had a little bit of a rant yesterday, because I'm like, I still don't understand the direction of this club. I really do not understand it. I do not get it. I do not get, when you think of the time frame we've had from not having a striker when Ronaldo's left till now. This is incredible, the position we find ourselves in.
No, I totally agree. I was having a conversation with Flex late last night, and because it was about a week or so ago, I messaged him, maybe like 10 days ago, and I messaged him. I went, I'm not feeling good about this transfer window at all. I said, this isn't going well. And he said, oh, no, come on. You know, it's only just started. We're going to get players, blah, blah, blah. And I went, it's just, this isn't good. You know, when you just get that feeling when you go, this isn't going to go well, you can feel it and you can see how it's operating already. And you see the speed in which things are moving at the moment. Stuff is moving quick. Teams are moving quick. Teams that are either better than us last season or worse than us last season, they're all doing their bits. They're all doing their business. And I look at United towards the end of June now. Window's been open a couple of weeks. And realistically, I mean, we can talk about Declan Rice here. Let's be completely transparent here. We're not getting Declan Rice. Unless, like you said, unless something dramatically changes and he desperately wants this move. And and he forces it. Anything like that. That's the only way that happens. So you go, okay, we're not getting Declan Rice. The midfield situation as it is, I think people are sort of thinking, we're still going to probably get Mason Mount. You know, the Moises Caicedo stuff, that's just kind of, well, we're interested. As you mentioned.
Mason Mount, we're not going to get him.
Yeah, that might even rumble on. Then you look at the striking situation. We know we're interested in Rasmus Højlund, maybe Kolo Muani, but who even knows how legitimate like the Kolo Muani links actually are? We know we're maybe interested in Højlund, but a bid hasn't gone in right now. The goalkeeping situation, KG, we were talking about this last night. David De Gea's contract expires in 3 days, and we're still of the mindset of let's wait and see. Wait and see for what? Like eventually. And this is my frustration with John Murtough and Richard Arnold and all those people. Eventually, you've got to make your mind up. What are you going to do? Either you say we're keeping De Gea, or you say we're going for a goalkeeper. We're going for Onana. That's the point. But they're just sitting there going, "We'll wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's have a look." Well, as you mentioned, whilst you're sitting there and waiting and seeing, other people are doing stuff.
Everyone else is moving. Everyone else is moving, and they're moving rapidly. You know, and that's the perfect, and this is where the rant and the feeling came from. When you actually deep it, we are waiting to decide. It's like we're literally just flicking a coin a couple times. I can't remember what Batman character that is. Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Yeah. Then just flips the coin. It's like De Gea. Oh no. De Gea. Oh no. It's ridiculous. You can't make decisions like that. You can't move a club of this magnitude forward in this way. You know, even when Dean Henderson says he's surprised he's still here and he's a bit like perturbed by it, right? Even though I don't like what he says here, you can kind of understand this is supposed to be a big club. What do you mean you don't know what you're doing with me? I'm not staying. Like, I don't want to be worried. You know, when he let's say I went over and had a chat with Dean and I goes, Dean, like, I'm just gonna wait around and see what we're gonna do because we don't know what we're doing with David De Gea. And his straight response is, but I'm not staying. And it's like, I hear you, Dean, but hear me out. I just want to look at things. No, Murtough, somebody over here, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? And and they're not listening. They are not listening. And it's like, well, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for David De Gea's contract to run down. If nothing happens, you can assume he can leave at that moment. Sorry. Wait. Nah.
Because again, this is what's crazy. It's like,
even that.
It's like saying with 3 days left on his contract, what's going to happen with David? Oh, we still don't really know. You'd go, well, do you want to keep him? Well, maybe. What's this maybe stuff? Like, make your mind up. Eventually, move in a direction. Take a choice. Look, they'd be sat at a junction with both indicators on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which way are you going to go? I don't know. Sat-nav saying you can go either way and get there, but you've got to pick one. I'm just going to stay here for a bit.
Let fate decide. That's what we're operating. Let fate decide FC because it's shocking. And then after, here's the killer. Here's the real kicker. We lost our striker in Decemberish times. Yeah. Man United. At that moment, at that time, they realized we need a new striker. Yeah, just at that moment. Yeah, we're already light up front. So you think to yourself, January, we're going to go crazy. We bring in Weghorst on loan. As soon as they saw 4 games from Weghorst, everyone should have known this guy is never going to become a full Man United player. So then what they should have done is there should be a list of players that they're going to go and target immediately. Because remember what we heard? Striker is their #1 priority. What the hell have we done in the window since it's opened? Or who are we spoken to? So who are the links? We've heard Kane. We've quickly found out Kane's not coming, according to Daniel Levy. So then the next in the list, was that Rasmus Højlund or something? That striker should already be wearing the red shirt if we're serious. Like the same way Real Madrid chased Bellingham and stuff, we should have been sorting out that deal, and the deal should be pretty much close to completion, yeah, as the window opens, because we've done the groundwork. What Man United have probably done is they've waited for the window to open and said, how about that striker? Wait, guys, it doesn't work like this. And this is the problem with the club. We can't say this is our priority. Look how we're acting with our priority. It makes no sense. And then after, when it's your #1 priority, well, why are you trying to buy him out first? If you've got little funds and, you know, this is the area you need to fix, it's a bit strange spending 60 million on Mason Mount. Like, let's make this make sense. In all the positions that we need to fix, I was not thinking, you know, we need to secure Mason. Bro, we've only got Martial. There's one striker at this club, one recognized striker at this club. Make that make sense in anyone's mind. It doesn't. This club is being run like a complete joke. You know, and this is where we are. This is where we are, but we just got to carry on and we just got to wait, because they're going to, at the last minute, they're going to bring in signings that we're going to like, we hope.
Well, and also as well, when it comes to, and obviously part of it might be with the takeover stuff as well. That's going to, obviously that plays a part. But I'd rather them just be like, yeah, that's stopping everything, you know. But there is this kind of thing that's been put out there when they say, well, no, there's still a budget and you can still, you know, business as usual. And as I said before, that's a negative. This is business as usual. Realistically,
it's the choice of the signing. You know, if you know that again, it's going to get tight and we haven't got a lot of wiggle room, I'm bringing in what we need the most. So apparently, like, we need the goalkeeper, so that's the main thing that you bring in. Or we have to see what happens. But you should, like, Man United should make a decision, but they're not. Yeah, the next important signing is a striker before any other player. Yeah. And we don't have one. And it's ridiculous. Like, the links are really cold. We're not hearing what we should be hearing. And Man United should be working on this deal as soon as Ronaldo walked out. They should have been on the phone and having certain conversations. And the deal's pretty much somewhat done. We haven't done that. It's ridiculous.
And it can't be what Erik ten Hag wants. Again, this guy is meticulous. There were even reports came out the other day saying he had made his mind up on targets he wanted early spring. So we're talking sort of March time. Apparently he was having video calls with targets and all this kind of stuff. He must be sitting there. Lucky he's bald anyway, because he'd pulled his hair out already. He'd have been like, guys, I told you who to get, or I told you which players I wanted. I want a preseason starts, I think it's like next week or something like that. Same guys here. I thought I was going to be getting new people.
I'm lost. I'm losing players.
Where are my new people? Like, what's going on? We're working on it. Oh, they'll be here for tour. Well, you know, difficult market. So, you know, and he must be like, what am I supposed to do? Because, again, I asked, I think it was Minna yesterday, they've learnt nothing. They've learnt zero from what happened last summer, which was operate slow, terrible start to the season, panic, and then ultimately we got away with it because we finished third. But most people recognise, I tell you what, actually, because imagine we had that squad that had a full pre-season. Ten Hag actually had like 4 or 5 weeks with them before the season started with a load of those players. How good would we have been last season?
You know what? Someone said it in the chat, so I'm going to do it to Free Seat, said I should play the sound.
The players? Where are the players?
Where are they, bro? Like, honestly, you're right. Imagine these players went on the preseason tour again. It's going to be youngsters FC. Man United gonna preseason's about the youngsters. and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Brandon and them, man, just running and trying their best for this club. And it's sad. It is it's horrid, you know, but again, it's the club we supporting it until we I honestly believe he had a Sheikh Jassim list, he had a Sir Jim Radcliffe list, and he's got a Glazer list. And he's like, just give me something from one of these. Like, just give me like I just like one. You could imagine he's that kind of guy. He's that kind of guy that he's prepared with all eventualities, all breakdowns, you know. And he's like, I don't know why someone just won't talk to David De Gea.
Yeah,
I'm telling the truth.
Yeah,
I don't know why,
him because he'd be like, no, I don't want him. Like, because someone tell him, because someone get that across.
He must be saying, guys, like, what the hell's going on? And the club are doing this one will say, well, I'm not going to do it. Let's just wait for his contract to go. And when you guys are free agent, run out of time now.
Yeah.
Do you know how mad? Do you know how incompetent that is? By the way, that is top level incompetence. So, right, mate. Well, what can we do now?
Yeah.
What?
Super chat from Sashiv says, KG, can you press the soundboard? Think about your life. You're a failure. And also United moving like Wolf of Wall Street.
Have it.
Man,
I've got rid of that. I ain't played that in ages, man. Yeah. Sorry, man. Damn.
Sashiv also says, might as well buy Lee Mason. Clinton says, guys, relax. We are overreacting. We all know the Glazers won't be spending money on players when they are trying to sell. Think about the common sense. Well, that might be a part of it. But again, given how the takeover situation is going, and given that there is no deadline on when this takeover is going to be completed, there was a budget set aside to purchase players this summer because the club needs to continue to operate. And they know also that it's not prudent whilst they're going through this process for the club just to fall behind yet again. And I'm sure, actually, you know what? When those people are negotiating, people like Sheikh Jassim and people like Ineos, they're probably having those conversations too. Oh, when we're doing all this, we know it's dragging on. You're gonna clubs can still gonna run. You're still gonna get players. Yeah, of course we are. Don't worry about it, mate. Bullshit. You need to get that button.
When he says it's not like relax, we have to just push back and say, well, are you sure about that? Like, in terms of look how we're doing our business. It must be kind of strange to you as well, you know? Again, it's the chase down of Mason Mount that just leaves me sitting here saying, you know, we need a striker. like above anything on tour, let us at least start with a number 9, like a real one. Even if you're saying like Vlahovic, even if you like, who is it going to be? Even if it's lower tier, even if you say, you know what, we're going to look at the striker from Aston Villa. Like, let me know what the plan is with this team. We need to see how we intend to move forward. This is not the way. And again, you're talking about waiting for the deal to go through for buying the club. Well, this club might not be bought until the start of the season. Now, remember again, all the pundits and everyone, all the media told us that not that the deal's imminent, but we're coming to the closing stages of this takeover. They said that we should hear something 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Been a lot of midnights since then, KG.
Mad midnights.
Shantanu says today is the day they announce new owners. I don't know, man. Let's get it more upbeat, KG. Let's talk about Frenkie de Jong. Because reports coming out from Spain are suggesting, like last year, to be honest, Barcelona need to sell players. And Frenkie de Jong's name is not ruled out if a special offer arrives. And people are suggesting that Ten Hag still has Frenkie de Jong on a list of players that he would be interested in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I'm not doing this again. I am not doing this. I saw last night, I forget his name, but that guy that was like the Barcelona transfer guy.
That guy.
I saw him. It was the first time I saw him in a year last night, and he was sitting there. And I think he went like this. He went, and I went, I am not.
I hate him.
Piece of dog shit.
I'm not doing it.
Who is that guy? First of all, who is that guy? He's in the purplish whatever room. I hate him. He knows.
He was ringing the bell last year, and it fell down on him.
Yeah. Listen, I know you're not a big fan of the 2-foot slide tackle. Yeah. Sometimes it's necessary. When we saw him, can't stand him. He's a joker. Gerard, that's it. Gerard Romero.
That's
him.
It, yeah.
Him. He just needs to piss right off. And he's just, again, this is how he builds up his following. You're going to get Man United's on. I couldn't believe those Man United fans that were like, boy, you can't even dream that one. Frenkie de Jong loves, when I say loves the club, he loves the club, Barcelona through and through. The guy wants to play in the Champions League. They're in the Champions League. They just won the league, Forget about it. Even now to the point of he's got the position. The position is now his. Come on, like, what are we talking about at this present moment? This is ridiculous. I can't. A special offer. The only thing is crazy though. I would just put in I would put in the money and see what happens. I would. I say because do you know what will burn? If I saw Frenkie de Jong end up in like a Chelsea shirt, and all it took was 75 million, and we didn't try, I'd be furious. So I'd put in a bid, but then you just know what time it is. I put in that Mason Mount money that we say we have.
Or the Caicedo money.
Well, whatever money that they think they have. I'd use that money and to see what's going on. Because you can answer that question really quickly. But Man United, they think we're fools. Like, all of this is just to distract us from the takeover.
I just, honestly, when I saw this yesterday, and then I started to see all of the stuff last year, because I'd forgotten. Years a long time. I'd forgotten everything. And it was like, Ornstein tweeting, total agreement between Manchester United and Barcelona, Chelsea interested, things are hot, things are happening. Murto's at Barcelona airport. I remember towards the end of the window, Frenkie and I think it was Memphis Depay came to London for a wedding, and everyone went, he's coming to last minute move to Manchester United. It was from the start, he said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. You cannot force me to leave.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff, deferred wages, 10 Hag's on the phone to him every day. Rah, rah, rah. No, I'm not doing this. He does not want to leave. Like to your point, like you said, he loves Barcelona. He literally loves the club. His contract goes on for ages. And his contract, by the way, is massive. Like, it's a lot. It's just like, no. Like, it's not happening. So, and again, this isn't like English journalists kind of push it. It sounds like it's, sort of come from Spain. Oh, Barcelona, they need money. They might have to sell. We're not playing that game anymore. We're just not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nobody's doing it. No one's buying that bullshit you're putting out there. Barcelona needed to sell players last year. They did, but they ended up pulling every lever in sight, like they were at like a Vegas casino on the penny machines or whatever, and they won the league. They'll find a way to do it again and put the stuff into a computer.
And I heard, this is it, Tebas, is that the main guy that's running things at Barcelona? So apparently they're going to do like a Saudi team, like a B team, a B Barcelona team, where it's like, that will bring money, boost money back into the club anyway. So he's looking at them Qatari levers as well, just to see what's going on. He's looking at getting Middle East. I think Saudi Arabia, and they was thinking of putting it's like I don't even know if it's like a feeder club type situation, but a Barcelona franchise over there, right? That's more money, that again, that's liquid for Barcelona. They'll somehow make it work. Like, there's ways around it. These guys are very creative. Like, people are finding loopholes. Barcelona stays the same, but we have these guys and the books are booking. We just need to understand there's no level that they won't go to. If they pulled levers to get themselves in a situation like that, are they going to sell one of their best players to us who doesn't want to play for us? Absolutely not. No Man United fan should be thinking or getting any level of excitement for this deal, because it is not happening.
This is what's wild with Barcelona as well. So they've got their financial problems are real. Like that's not like a fake thing. They legitimately do have financial issues, but somehow they just do stuff like they're actively renovating the new camp. Whereas us, we're going. The stadium's a bit leaky, isn't it?
And they're building a madness.
It's already huge. Oh, it's crazy. But you want to smash a like on the like button?
I've got some good news.
Go on.
Leach is back.
He is. He's back on the grass. I saw that.
Yeah, I was happy to see that.
We can't be doing all that kind of stuff. Can we go, oh, so who did you get? Oh, Leach is back training.
Like a new signing, isn't
it? Like a new signing. So might as well not get one. We've got over 2,000 people watching. Only 263 likes. It's like 10% territory. Let's see if we can get to 500 very, very quickly. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're currently at 143,145. So who knows what we can get to this morning, KG, but you'll be able to see in the top right-hand corner. A couple more super chats before we move on to the next one. Shantanu says, did you read Bazinga article on clubs earning? I did see that, but it's just like every article suggesting that a takeover is imminent. And everyone said that at the moment. It's very much like, again, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Shopping Solution says, my ears are closed to the Frenkie de Jong saga. We can't go through that again. Clinton says, guys, we all know our owners. The day the Glazers decided they're leaving, they stopped spending. To not understand is to be in denial. So we begrudgingly wait, saying that the Glazers just aren't going to spend. Well, the Glazers haven't spent since like 2011. That's all been club generated. The Glazers do. This is what's kind of funny as well. That's the narrative that opposition fans do when they go, yeah, but what, you don't like the Glazers because you've spent 250, you spent the same amount of money that Man City have spent, blah blah blah, and you go, yeah, but that was money that was invested from the ownership. The money that we've spent over that period of time is money generated by Manchester United, not by the Glazers. And during that time, we take money out of the club. So this is the whole point with this. This isn't their money at this point that United would be spent. It's not the Glazers' cash. It's Manchester United generated as well. Andre Onana, you got to press the button, KG?
Here we go. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Sharper.
Now, there is a suggestion that we could be getting possibly a bid for Andre Onana this week. Reports from Italy suggesting that Manchester United's offer for Onana should be close to 50 million euros. Now, whereas Inter are hopeful of close to 60 million euros with bonuses, Inter sporting director Piero Orselio is in England reportedly in these hours to close a deal. It's also been reported by Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy that Erik ten Hag is hoping Manchester United will make a formal move for Andre Onana by the end of this week. Ten Hag isn't keen on keeping David De Gea. It's also been suggested that Manchester United are willing to double Andre Onana's salary if he joins from Inter. He currently earns 3 million euros a year. Classic United will double your pay. Why?
But then the Onana thing, is the Onana thing's a good deal. It is good. Like, again, we're talking about revolutionizing the way we play, playing out from the back, and this is a serious cog to the way he wants to move forward. You know, if I'm a Man United player, I would have my eyes on Ten Hag, because I have to say to myself, well, if I can't do what he wants, chances are he's going to be nice, but he's getting rid of me. Like, I'm soon not going to play. You know, like he's done it. The way he's taken out the Mandem is incredible. Ronaldo was one of his first guys who's like, you're not going to work for me. Then after another one that he took out, Maguire, you're not the one for me. David De Gea waited to the end of the season, you know. And I don't know, like, Wan-Bissaka's lucky. He's the only one, because he was actively trying to get rid of Wan-Bissaka when the January transfer window opened up or something like that. Now he's like, actually, it might work, you know, but he's just got a plan. Even the way Zidane Iqbal, we've been hoping and waiting to see what that kid becomes straight out of here. No minutes, like none. The guy he makes up his mind and he's sticking to it. Very firm in his decisions. Now, if he feels that Onana is what he needs, I agree. He's probably going to help you play a certain way. Do it. I honestly feel he felt a level of frustration that was next level when the Europa won, and definitely the goal in 11 seconds or something. He was like, there's no way. Like, they probably said, so what are we going to do on the coach? You know, they might have a little conversation. So this David De Gea thing, what are you thinking? I'll talk to you later.
He definitely, I think the Europa League one, I think, was definitely a turning point. Like, it had to be, just by the manner of, like, again, you have all of those conversations. It's going to be a really hostile atmosphere. You know, yeah, it's going to be a really hostile atmosphere. So let's keep it tight first couple of minutes. No mistakes, yeah, whatever. And then that him and Maguire incident where they're both at fault. Like, they're both at fault. That happens. And you can, like you said, you see Ten Hag when he stands there like this.
He's pissed.
And then the third one, ball out of the air, nearly fell over it. They tap it in. You go, fuck. And then the West Ham one, he's got to start picking up away points. Let's get some away points. Yeah. What the fuck was that?
It's the, what do you call it?
And then it's not the FA Cup. It's not for me. It's not the first one. It's the second one. That ball bounced twice before it went in. Twice. And let's make no mistake too, City weren't great, but we were somewhat fortunate to get back in the game because we weren't threatening. We got a penalty. Get a penalty, back in the game. That goes in. You just sort of go, these are big games. And what did Ten Hag keep saying at points of the season? You just got to get to around April, May. That's when you win trophies. You want to make sure you get to that point where you're in the conversation. And we were. That's the annoying thing. We were. But it didn't work out. And I'm saying that's all because of David De Gea, but I'm just saying he will look at those moments. He will look at those moments and say, you know, I want go in a different direction. And I just find this news ironic too, because they're saying, they expect a bid to go in for Onana by the end of the week. So they are legitimately waiting for the contract to expire.
Yeah.
Friday, contract expired. Okay, let's put in a bid for Onana. Why don't you do that now? Knowing that the contract is going to expire.
Remember, it says the players don't know what's going on, and you have to think about it. David is a big player in the Man United dressing room. These players have been working with him for 12 years plus. They made him the player of the season over and over again, and the players know what he's brought to this team. You know, they're not under any illusions how he's saved us and helped us. They can't believe he's been treated like this. So now they're saying, look, the line is going to be, we just couldn't agree. We couldn't agree final terms. Everyone else will say, well, no, you should have agreed final terms. Like, we ran out of time. We ran out of time. We couldn't agree final terms. It is what it is. Everyone's shrugging their shoulders, but we have to move forward. Mate, he deserves more respect than this. You know, and that's the thing. Players will be looking and thinking, I don't owe these lot any loyalty. If they can treat him like that, how are they going to treat me? Is that someone that goes out with someone that, like, I don't know, your man cheated on you to get with you, like, right? Like, he's left his missus, probably left his wife and kid, whatever and stuff, and he started talking to you, but he makes you his babes. In the back of your mind, you got to be thinking, if he did that to them, I know you can do that to me because I haven't even given you that many years. I've not even been as good to you as what you just had. Are you with me? So now every player should be worried about their position because this is how Man United treat people. Simple as that. Man United treat people like garbage, bro. He should have got the Bobby Firmino send-off that, like, he should have got one of those. We should have said, okay, it's coming to an end. You're not staying. Thank you for your years of service. Clap all the way around Old Trafford because you deserve it. It's not happened. And now, again, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and it's going to be an ex-player talking mad. I can't wait to read articles from David De Gea in a few years' time, or his thoughts on the current state of Man United. I don't think he'll be nice.
Also, as well, I was just thinking, like, why do players, when we sign them, they have to kind of bend over backwards to join us? Like, think about it. Like, look at the people we signed last summer. Lisandro Martinez. Who were the first people that bid for him? Arsenal. He picked up the phone. Even Ten Hag said this. He picked up the phone and said, hey, boss, I've got an offer from Arsenal, but if United want me to join, I'll join them. So he had to kind of make that one happen by saying, they're actively coming in for me. You've got to put a bid in. Martinez, that was the same. Anthony, he had to go on strike for us to actually sign him last summer, and then we had to raise the bid. Casemiro too. We put a bid for him. He could have walked away, and he had to go. Don't worry, I'm not going to walk away. Oh, that's good. That's good. This year, Mason Mount. I thought I was coming. Yeah, we, kind of falling out with Chelsea a little bit. You're just going to have to sit tight. Oh, okay. Onana, you're definitely in for me, aren't you? Yeah, he's got to wait a bit because we're not sure what we're going on with David De Gea. Like, what is this operation like? All of these other clubs, it's like, okay, let's go for this person. We'll go get him. With United, it's kind of this like collaboration process. You got to help us out a bit.
Hey, listen.
That's mad. Do you know how mad that is?
You're
going to have to help us out a bit.
Owen, what you're saying is we need to take over. That's it. That's the only thing that can fix this. We need to shake up the people that have been involved and been in charge. And we need this club to become a club that, again, they look after their players. So some people are misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm not saying sign David De Gea to another 375 contract. I'm saying have a way of just dealing with it. Tell him we're getting a new way. It's no longer you're not in our thoughts. Thank you for your service. That's all. Let us say bye. Let us treat people that leave the correct way. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here saying I want David to get a new contract. I really need that to be understood because I think I've said it so clearly, right? But then for the people that don't know, right? I'm saying there's got to be a way to look after players to leave a good taste in people's mouths when you think about, okay, I like the way they treat their legends or treat players that have put many years of service for them. Simple as that. Like, you don't want to be like Real Madrid, who, like, I remember Casillas. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Casillas in a room crying when he was leaving. He was by himself. And I thought, that's shit. That kid he grew up at that club. He's done so much, won so much. For him to be in a room by himself doing a presser makes me sick. All the legends should have picked up and pulled up and been in there. But they don't care. Then you see Barcelona let go some players. It's a bit better than that. We can't be that team, man. It's disgusting. Yeah, there you go. The list goes on.
Well, and also as well, people say, United tax. And look, we've seen in the Chelsea situation with Mount, United tax is a real thing. But let's be honest, the only reason they charge a United tax is because they know that United will pay it because history is there to back it up. And that's part of the problem. And also, if you know that clubs are going to do this, even more of a reason to be acting earlier and quicker and not waiting. It's because it's I don't know whether it's incompetence, arrogance, or all of the above. But that's the transfer window, honestly. we got 2 more months of this, KG. Zinny999 says, how was the fans demonstration that was going to take place at the United Megastore? Well, that was set, I guess, to take place today, obviously with the kit launch having launched about 46 minutes ago. Reportedly, there was going to be a protest at the Megastore today. I don't know what the current status is for that. I just saw some pictures on social media. Simon Stone tweeting that police are already at Old Trafford ahead of this rumored protest against the Glazers. Obviously, if we get any more information about that, we'll let you know. But as of right now, I'm not sure if it's started yet or anything like that. Imran's been a member for 4 months, says, we all saw Firmino send off. United are a disgrace when it comes to legends leaving the club. Yeah, it is kind of wild that De Gea, if he does leave, it's just going to be like, there's going to be a social media post.
It's going to be a thank you for all the years. Slow, with just like some really good saves. Oh my goodness, horrid. Just horrid. This the worst goodbye ever.
Let's talk a little bit about Adrian Rabiot. We spoke about him yesterday morning. Well, it looks like KG, he's not coming to Manchester United because Fabrizio Romano is saying that Juventus are close to a full agreement to extend Adrian Rabiot's contract. Man United had contacts with Rabiot, but Mount remains priority target. According to reports in Italy as well, Sky Sports in Italy, Rabiot has rejected Manchester United's salary offer, which was higher than that of Juventus. He will now renew his contract with the Italian club.
I was sad about this one. This is the deal that I wanted. I'm gutted. Why
are you gutted about it?
I wanted the player. Again, I thought he could have done something for Man United. I wanted to upgrade Fred and McTominay and I thought this was a viable player, like good quality, and he's on a free. Like it made a lot of sense to me. But it feels like we'll just use to negotiate better terms at the club that he actually wanted to be at. You know, like let's pretend that we're going to talk to Man United. Yeah, go on, talk to Murto. You know what I mean? And you know, and this is what's happened. He's got the deal that he's looking for. Wanted to stay at Juve, and you know, it's gone his way. You know, like Man United now just waiting for something to happen, and that was one of the guys that were like a real target for Man United. Again, we missed out on Ten Hag's guy. You know, Ten Hag wanted this player, and I don't know if we just moved too slow or something, but we should have been on him as soon as, like, straight away, agreeing terms, because you can talk to players now. He's a free agent. There was nothing stopping you from having the deal pretty much done from January. The window closed, Rabiot's a thingy player, like what Chelsea did with one of their forward players. I can't remember his name.
And Kunku.
There you go. There's no reason for us not to be in a situation like that. We're allowed to talk to players when they're in the last couple months of their contract. What are we doing? Especially for European clubs. Like, we're not serious. We are not serious. That conversation probably started, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks ago. Mate, it's 2 to 3 weeks too slow. It's too late. Of course they're going to come with a better deal because they've had their points deduction situation, or they went through a lot was going on in that side.
They're not in Champions League. They're not in Champions League, and we offered more money, and we still, according to those reports, still couldn't get him. And that is when you go, why? What? To your point, KG, was it because we acted so slowly? But then if you were in for him last year because you wanted him, or Erik ten Hag wanted him, shall we say, and you couldn't come to an agreement, you know, wages, you weren't in the Champions League at the time, transfer fee, all of the above, surely you would say, okay, let's put a pin in it for now, but let's retain some contact, and because you're not going to sign a contract, are you? Probably not. Then let's just touch base. We'll touch base in January or something like that, and we'll work something out for the summer. No. I mean, unless he's just
he loves the club. He has to.
Yeah, maybe it's like a Juventus thing. Yeah, where he's just like, look, the club's in the shit here. They're not in the Champions League. I'm going to stick around because I saw something that Allegri, he got offered a manager's job in Saudi Arabia, which was a massive offer, and he turned that down as well. So maybe it's just everyone's kind of huddled around and gone, rah, we'll stick around and bring Juventus back. But
wait, someone said that Sabitzer's shirt is in the store. I don't believe that. That can't be real.
Well, it's because I suppose technically he's still technically on loan, isn't it? As of right now, maybe.
But that's just a waste of money, surely.
Well, I saw a thing yesterday when it popped up, you know, when they said, oh, it was such a bizarre article from Manchester United. You know, when you like with the app and it pops up and it goes, the kit's launching tomorrow. Here are some of the numbers to look out for. And then they say, oh, there's no number 7 shirt at the moment because Cristiano Ronaldo left, and there's no number 4 shirt because Phil Jones left. But then it also says at the bottom, if you do get a shirt with the wrong number, you're not going to get a refund. Well, numbers aren't out yet then. Why? So why? I mean, so as things go, Cage, I guess you've got like 3 days to go in there and get that big horse shirt that you're looking for. You know,
we just, again, I know this is my club. I'm gonna just sit still, be calm, carry on. They'll do something before we go on tour. We'll do something again. Like, do you know? I've told you anyway. If we get to next week and we announce that David De Gea's got a new contract, that's where I'll have a meltdown. It will be a meltdown. Grade A meltdown. It will be, because it's like we're so unserious. We just wasted time because that's been real negotiations with Onana. I'm hearing that Onana's like this into sporting directors in the UK or something like that.
Yeah, they were saying he was in Manchester to get this deal done. But still, like, again, I think it's kind of what you were just saying. It's like, this is the frustrating thing with United too, is that we know, like, come the end of the window, we'll have signed players. Like, we're not going to go through the window and not sign anyone. I know we've nearly done that before, But we'll go through the window. We'll get players. It's just a case of how late it's going to be, and they're not going to have been Ten Hag's first target as well. You know, that's the frustration too. It's like for instance, last year when we were moving slowly, at the end of it, like you said yesterday, they'll look at it and go, "Wow, successful window. Why? Well, we've got players and we finished third." And you go, "Yeah, but you're not telling the full story there. You're not." Because if you live through it every day, like the season started off badly, and everyone knows that was because of the transfer happenings and not having time with the players and still having to sign players. Remember, we signed Casemiro and Anthony into the season. And they were big players for us last season.
Ah, shit. Where have I
Yeah,
gone?
Yeah, you're back.
Here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not really getting any power from my cable, which is a bit worrying. I got to sort it out because I don't want it to go. Let me go and I got another little plug. In 1 second.
KG's going to get a plug. He's going to be fine. This is what happens when KG operates on about 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Let me check the super chats so we're up to date as well. What have we got here? V33 says David De Gea is the last survivor of Fergie's era. Goodbye. Of course, yeah, he's both players that were still Premier League winners would have left the club by this point at United anyway. If De Gea leaves, obviously De Gea and Phil Jones as well. B says KG the technician, electrician. Luyo says KG the plug median. Ahmed says I have a feeling we're only getting Mount. And there's still quite a discourse actually regarding Mason Mount too. Here's a question then to the chat whilst KG fiddles around. How many, by the end of the window, how many signings do we think we are going to get? That's the question. By the end of the window, are we still confident that we're going to actually, how many players do we think we're going to get?
By the end of the window, how many players are going to be Man United?
Because in the chat, to be fair, in the chat, people are saying like 4, 2, lots of 2s, 3. So again, and this is my thing too. I don't necessarily disagree. I think we'll end up signing 3 people, but it's the speed in which it happens. And again, the end of the window is in the season.
No, but we need 5 players. When you really deep it, we need to replace David De Gea, which we didn't know was happening. We need a midfielder. Wait, we need 2 strikers. Yep, and a midfielder. If you can get extra midfielder, that's just doing really good, right? But sorry, I didn't even mention the defender. If we're being serious, we need 5 players, bro. We need literally goalkeeper, 2 strikers, midfield, and defender. That's what we absolutely need. Saying Martial is going to be the solo striker for next season is insane. It's madness.
What if we just signed a striker because we're 1 striker away?
Well, that striker has to be Kane.
So when you were saying we're 1 striker away, you meant Harry Kane. We're Harry Kane away.
Harry Kane away, fam. Let's go. Harry Kane, the same team. Harry Kane, same team. It's a different, what do you call it? We finished 3rd with, what do you call it? We didn't score enough goals, you know? Put Harry Kane into this team. We're different. But we're not getting him. So
no.
Harry Kane would change Man United's whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
He would change everything about this club. Literally, he would, you know, and unfortunately, we can't get him. Harry Kane was playing for shitty Spurs. Yeah. And somehow his 30 goals meant nothing to them. He'd still finished below Conference League. That's not going to happen at Man United. We have players to service Harry Kane. We've got players that will find him. You know, he will get the ball. He will get the ball in great positions, and he would be great for Man United. I have to just give up on that dream.
Well, finally, when it comes to strikers, Manchester United, this comes from reports in Germany, Sky Sports in Germany, Manchester United, Frankfurt and Strasbourg, who just got purchased by Chelsea, are all tracking Adama Bojang, who is a 19-year-old under-20 Gambia international. They reckon the package would be worth 5 million euros. Could you imagine, KG? If that was the striker signing, was a 5 million euros Gambia under-20 international.
Yeah, I like those. I didn't know anything about the player
But
type vibe.
this is what Flex was saying. Flex keeps saying, "Goes, I want to get those unknown people. I want to get those unknown people that we go, oh, that's amazing." You know, I just my only thing with that is like the only thing I think was with United when they like that is we did that with Ahmad, Facundo, and it's like we don't give the best opportunities.
It depends. If he's coming to only like to not be a first teamer, then don't waste your time. If he's gonna come and do like what do you call it? I don't know, like a life sentence at Carrington and never play first team football, which some youngsters happen to go through, that's crazy. But if he's coming to really get into the first team, then it's a different conversation. I want to see Man United pull off those amazing deals and like, where did they find him?
Like Brighton.
Yeah, I would love us to do something like that. You know, like again, because even this Casado player, we all knew about him. We all knew when he was available. 5 million we could have bought him for. 5 million Ecuadorian. Said some great stuff about, you know, Valencia and how, you know, this is always a special team for him. We didn't go for him. Like, we allowed him to go to Brighton, and now the dickheads, have pulled up and been like, "Want to play for us?" Wait.
Wow. Yeah, difficult.
Hey, we're in shambles. And no one can tell me it's because the Glazed don't want to spend. We should have just, he was offered to us, guys. Like, that's got to be clear as, oh, Jesus. 5 million. That's how many flights is that? How many Glazer flights is that?
250 grand a pop. So for 20? 20 Wembley trips.
20 trips to Wembley, and then we could have bought him. Damn. All right, sorry, man. This has been pretty much a negative morning, but you have to have little moments where you recognize where you are, and today's one of those mornings. Hopefully, we do something great this afternoon. I don't know. We sign Onana. Not holding my breath for that, but hopefully we do something. Yeah.
I think that's the difficulty with these morning shows, isn't it, KG? Is that we're here every day, 9 a.m. live, giving you the good news, the bad news, the no news, the indifferent news. And it's tough. It's tough being a United fan at the moment, particularly when you see other clubs, they're all doing their stuff in United. It's kind of like, we'll wait and see, you know? That's literally how United operate at the moment. We'll wait and see. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. We're less than 20 likes away from 500. So click the like button on the way out. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Of course, it is Tuesday, but there's no FIFA once again today because Flex is on holiday. So no, KJ, are you doing training? You doing your FIFA training?
I gave my nephew my PS5. So no, I let him have it for his birthday. I had to, because I took him off. It was his birthday. He was playing for me at the DR Sports thing, and he didn't finish properly. And I was like, nah, I hooked him off.
So you substituted your nephew, which you've got the right to do as a manager.
No, I just felt bad. It was his birthday. Like I took him off. Like it was proper.
On his birthday. Yeah.
It was so mean.
And to compensate, you've given him your PS5.
I haven't given him my PS5. I've let him hold on to it until like Friday. I'm coming to take it back. He's going on a football tour. He's going on a tour with his team and stuff. He probably plays football still, but I wasn't enjoying his movement. I didn't enjoy how he was playing that game, so I took him off. Felt bad because we had to drive home together in it.
I used to be like that. My dad, when he was manager, and we drive home afterwards when you're a kid. How did I play, Dad? Radio just gets turned up. Fight and talk. Anyway, guys, look, we're out there. Have a good Tuesday. Peace.